The year was 2023. Picture this. On a random day, you're bored as hell, and you already watched all of the anime that aired that month that were available on YouTube. So you decide to scroll down the long list of playlists, and you stumble upon an anime with a weird name. Last Period. The Journey to the End of Despair. It has a cute art style though, so I decided to give it a watch. Honestly, it's an entertaining show, and now you're even interested in the game it's based on. And what do you know, it's already dead. Last Period is a mobile RPG strategy game released on May 2016 by happyelements, the same company that created Assemble Stars, Merc Storia, and others. But one of them is already dead. As a way to promote the game, the anime was created and aired on TV on 12th of April to 28th of June 2018. The anime eventually gets licensed to Crunchyroll. Even though the anime aired worldwide, the game is still Japan exclusive, and later on ended its service on 27 December 2022. The game is so dead that when you try to search the game, videos about menstrual cycles showed up instead. The game is about people who are in despair, dies, and return as creatures called spirals, trying to destroy the world. And it's our job as periods to exterminate them. The anime still has that element, but it's a comedy anime, so there are some things changed, mainly the story where it focuses on Haru and his friend trying to rebuild a dead branch through illegal works and gacha hijinks. At least, that's what the description says, beside them doing quests without permission and if you count lottery as illegal. Otherwise, most of the stuff they do are pretty tame. As for gacha hijinks, they only did it like 4 times, but they kept getting bad rolls, which leads up to Haru spending his entire life saving and permanently break them mentally. But I won't get into too much detail, so I highly recommend you to watch the anime yourself. Without further ado, let's dive in to the world of Last Period. The world of Last Period is separated into 6 different nations: Sky Realm, Spare Realm, Hell Realm, Animal Realm, Blood Realm, and Human Realm. But only the last 3 are important. Our protagonist starts our journey in Hopeless. We follow Haru, a kind-hearted boy who's just too good for this world, Gajeru the comedic relief, and the biggest simp for his idol, even buying merch when they barely have money. There's Lisa, the woman, and Choco. Her job is to break the 4th wall every time she speaks. Haru also has a small pet called an art, basically a purified spiral, named Mew. But Choco sees him as an emergency ration, and no, this is not a Genshin reference. They are led by Erika, their branch chief, and Campanella, the secretary. Throughout the anime, they kept getting interrupted by their rivals. The best characters in the series. They're basically the Team Rocket of the series, but instead of capturing a rat, their whole deal is to literally top the periods and be better than them. Also, while researching this, I came across the official Last Period anime website. In there, they also listed Gillette and Noin as part of the main cast, even though they barely even appeared in the show. They were starting off pretty normal, and immediately a fan service episode on the second one, and later on a mandatory beach episode. Beside the obvious Gunner bait, this episode actually has many good moments, especially Gajeru.
現にさっきも変な獣人がミサイルみたく飛んでったからね。あれはスパイラルになって戻ってくるね。万一に備えて迎撃訓練しておくべき。どっこい俺ならここにいるぜ。
Funny thing about these 2 episodes is that these are the only episodes where one of the antagonists from the game appeared. I guess you can still call them antagonists since the episode they star in doesn't have the wise man. but the bad thing they're doing is just claiming a part of the beach for themselves. While in the game, they were the one who started World War. Other episode parodies certain media, like in episode 7, they parodied Kemono Friends, but instead of a human and her serval friend, it's a cute femboy. In episode 9, the leader of Wiseman, who is definitely not Campanella, ordered an android who is better than both the periods and the Wiseman. Now you might think this is them making fun of AI taking over our job, but no, it's about Android versus Apple debate. In some episodes, they just did a full-blown collab. Episode 10 is pretty understandable since it's from their own company, where each of our main cast is stuck in one of the games, with Haru getting the worst treatment. Having this twink pulled a Monica on him. Wait, that's not what the kids are into? Well, let me correct myself there. This twink pulled a Mita on him and successfully indoctrinated him into this world. In episode 3, they collaborated with Higurashi of all things. Well, it turns out on 29 May 2017, they already collaborated with Higurashi. And coincidentally, the voice of Rika, Yukari Tamura, also voices Choco. The final episode has everybody band together to defeat the giant spiral, and later learn that the branch funds weren't even stolen and all this effort is for nothing. And yeah, that's how the anime ends. Oh yeah, there's a game to talk about. Well, why don't we check that out and see? Oh, jokes aside, I was able to find and access a memorial app created for this game. But unfortunately, it's only in Japanese, and I don't understand any of this. But through the previews, several info from the Discord fan server, and watching through hours of visual novel I couldn't understand, I was able to somewhat understand the story. And it was way darker than I anticipated. Okay, so Haru lived in Andante village, basically Olympus, but everyone there hated him because he's half-blooded. Except for one, and that is Choco, his childhood friend. One day, the original spiral, the primal spiral, appears. He genocides the entire village with only Haru and Choco left. In order to protect Haru, Choco seals the primal one inside of her, which explains this in the anime. Also in the anime, his promise was kept pretty vague, which the game revealed that his promise was to kill her. But yeah, after that, the story is the usual shonen stuff. Haru joins Arc N and exterminates spirals here and there, while also trying to find a way to save Choco. Remember the guy who barely appears in the anime? Yeah, so his lover died, so he betrayed everyone and kidnaps Choco, using her to awaken one of the level 6 labyrinth. At the same time, Spare wages war on Skyrealm. In response, they sacrifice a girl to awaken Campanella's demigod powers and destroy Spare's army. But Sky isn't satisfied yet and wages war on the other realm. But TLDR, they lost. On the other side, there's this guy, Invice. He's Haru's dad and apparently he's the creator of the world, so he plans to use Choco to reset the world. Later on, he creates Axe Machina and awakens the other level 6. At the end of the story, they're all back at Andante. Invice continued with his plan, but it backfired and killed him instead. Creator of the world Mayans. With Primal awakened, Haru couldn't do anything and breaks his promise. Filled with disappointment and resentment, Primal took over Choco's body and began the Age of Despair. So now Choco's a bad guy. Arc 2 took 1 year after the previous story. Yes, this is important information because during the events of Part 1, Haru was 14 years old. And apparently when people of Atante hit the age of 15, something precious to them will be taken away. With this info, you probably thought that Haru's curse is losing Choco. But no, it's even worse. It's him losing memories of Choco. It's not helping that the last Regela he was given took a form of young Choco. She manipulated Haru, showing him his worst nightmare and memories of the girl he failed to save over and over again in his sleep. With Haru being in constant agony, we need a new main character. Enter Winter. Typical shonen MC, Winter has amnesia, but there's just one clear thing he remembered, and that is to exterminate all spirals. Similarly to Haru, he has the power to purify spirals, but unlike Haru where he can turn them into cute animals, he can turn these monsters being into cute anime girls. He then meet with Gajere and Lisa, and man, look at this design. It's always such a treat being able to see characters grow up. It turns out, the world has been divided, and once you're stuck in a realm, you're stuck there forever. But later they learn that by defeating the level 6, they can access the other realm. Together, they venture each realm, purifying the other level 6, with the first one being Labyrinth, the heart of the team. Just ignore her past life. Haru does show up from time to time, but he's kind of an asshole. He almost killed Kajeru. Another important thing we learn is that Winter is actually a spiral. Labyrinth is trying to calm him down, but he just crashed out and even straight up attacking her, like holy crap. After all the level 6 has been purified, there's only one spiral left to deal with. A climatic battle against the original spiral. Both Winter and Haru teamed up. But that was short-lived as Haru gets impaled. But through all odds, he is still alive. Choco also gets full control of her body and hugs Haru for the last time. Haru succumbing to his death, but also finally fulfilled his promise. Winter fully accepting that he is a spiral, together with Labyrinth, they put an end to the original spiral. Labyrinth and Winter bid farewell and began a new era of hope for each realm. Yep, that's how the game ends. There's still more to this game, like the event story where it focuses on other characters' backstory. My favorite is Gertrude, for no particular reason whatsoever. Also, there's like an unwritten rule where if there's a cute event happening, that means it's complete despair for the next. A PR channel that posts news and Q&A videos. Why the hell is there 8 different Ionas and why are some of them actually dead? The amount of collab this game gets, there's probably some that I might have missed. The one I was able to find are as previously mentioned, Higurashi, Assemble Stars, Mercstoria, Shaman King, ReZero, Sanrio, Niji Sanji.
Characteristics of a black company. Okay, number 2, high turnover rate.
You're probably still confused on why the anime and the game are so different. But considering Happy Elements' track record with their other IPs that also got an anime adaptation, it makes sense. The anime is set in a different timeline and simply act as a bait to reel in new fans with its funny cast of characters, while the game is like, I mean, I doubt the game will be comedic, but at the same time I never expected it to be this serious. But honestly, I would have rather have them adapted the original story, just like a similar game that met a similar demise. But oh well, the game is dead now. They didn't even get to collab with Persona yet.